Welcome to News Today with Universal Parks News Today. I'm Tom Corliss. Here now is the news for September 23rd, 2022. Demolition of Shrek-themed structures at Universal Studios Florida is still underway, and the Shrek 4D attraction, of course, closed back in January, and the signage was removed last February. Now a new steel frame has been erected at the entrance of the former attraction. The rumor, of course, is that a Minions VillainCon attraction may be replacing Shrek 4D, a walkthrough. You can see that the fencing surrounding the construction features Minions, of course, so hopefully whatever signage is supposed to go up on these beams will give us some sort of news about what attraction will fill this space next. But spoiler alert, it's probably Minions. If you're a coaster fan, chances are that you're aware of the Hollywood Rip Ride Rockit in Production Central in Universal Studios Florida. Well, one significant piece of this attraction has been missing for years: the banner on the lift hill. In fact, it's been gone for several years. I think there was a hurricane or something that blew it off at one point, and they never bothered to put this thing back up. But now, all these years later, finally, the banner is going back up on the lift hill. In fact, at the time of recording, I believe it's actually completed now, and it looks pretty much as it looked before. But again, it's been several years. I think it was even pre-COVID that the banner came down. So nice to see it back. You can experience more personal, up-close interactions with Michael Myers, Carice the Mummy, and more with the Scareactor dining experience during Halloween Horror Nights 2022. This add-on is a $54.99 per person add-on. It includes food and Scareactor photo opportunities at Louis' Italian Restaurant in Universal Studios Florida. Of course, the Scareactor dining has not been offered since 2019, so we're looking forward to its return. And of course, it's at a new location since the Monster Cafe is now closed. We have a full review up on our website. Annie went and checked it out. Go ahead and read the full review online. The Mold-a-rama machines are a huge hit at Universal Orlando Resort, but now two new Mold-a-rama machines are taking over for Halloween. First of all, there's a Lil Boo for $8. One of the most iconic decorations of Horror Nights received its own Mold-a-rama at the All Hallows Boutique in Islands of Adventure. The machine is themed to Mr. Carver's award-winning pumpkins as seen in the HHN 28's Slaughter Cinema, one of my favorite houses. There's an example of what your figurine looks like in a lit-up glass window inside of the machine. And after it's created from the mold right in front of your eyes, your Lil Boo will look like this. The bright orange plastic is very fitting for the iconic pumpkin. At the base where his feet are, it reads Lil Boo. There's also a Halloween cat for $8. The Halloween cat can be found at the Tribute Store. It's replacing the standing Frankenstein figure, which you can see here. Sketches of the Halloween cat can be seen as decorations on the Mold-a-rama machine. It's actually based on one of the designers has a cat, and it's based on his actual cat. He tweeted the picture of the cat. It was very cute. I am a cat person, so I'm partial to this one. Until October 31st, a fan favorite show and character interaction is returning to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal's Islands of Adventure. The show includes projections, pyrotechnics, and fireworks, and is a must-see for all. The dark arts at Hogwarts Castle appears regularly from dusk until park close during select nights. Death Eaters also peruse the audience to provide some frights. You can watch a video right here on the channel of that. Death Eaters have come out to torment the guests of the Wizarding World, getting up close and personal and performing dark arts around the land. They're not afraid to meet up close and personally, and they pick out random members from the crowd and do intimidating interactions throughout the land. The Death Eaters, of course, feature their metallic masks donned in a black robe. Keep an eye out for any mischief or dark arts that cause chaos around the land. There'll always be something happening, of course, in the Wizarding World. Just in time for Halloween Horror Nights 31, the Red Coconut Club, of course, is now the Dead Coconut Club at Universal CityWalk. We, of course, reviewed that when it opened a couple weeks ago as the first year of the offering. This past weekend, though, we caught the American Sirens performing their creepy tiki show at the club. The Dead Coconut is open for a limited time on select nights during HHN. The spooky Sirens are reminiscent of swing and boogie-woogie era groups from the 40s and 50s. The Harmony Singing Trio performs spooky and tiki-style songs. Creepy tiki hits include Frankie Loves Mambo, Jump in the Line, Monster Mash, and more. You can catch the Sirens live on September 23rd, 25th, and 30th, October 2nd, 8th, 9th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 21st, 23rd, 28th, 29th, and 30th. The show times on Friday and Saturday are at 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, and 8:30. Sundays at 5:30, 6:30, and 7:30, and times and dates are subject to change. The merchandise of Universal Orlando Resort now has a new home at the Universal Studios store in Orlando International Airport's Terminal C. The airport shared a look inside the two-story shop on Twitter, which features displays from some of the many characters that can be found at the resort. On the first floor, there are sections devoted to Minions as well as Jurassic World, which shows off blue on a green background. Guests can also pose for a photo on Hagrid's motorbike, but there's just a teaser of the magic that awaits. The second floor is devoted to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Of course, it isn't truly magical without a dragon or two, so it's only fitting that a dragon breathes fire as it flies off on a video display that stretches from the walls to the ceiling. It's pretty neat. There's no shortage of Wizarding World merchandise here, with items ranging from candy to mini backpacks and beyond. If you're looking to find your Hogwarts house on the fly, there's a sorting hat to help with that. The shop can be found in the terminal's Palm Court section, which is also home to a new Walt Disney World store. Halloween Horror Nights 2022 has possessed Voodoo Donut in Universal Studios Hollywood. 3 new donuts are now available for the spooky season in CityWalk. Donuts are available all day, meaning those too frightened to visit Horror Nights can still enjoy them. There's the Ghost Donut for $4.50, which is a plain raised yeast donut decorated as a ghost. It's the same shape as the classic Voodoo doll donut, but doesn't have any filling. There's a Frankenstein donut for $3.50. It's a square donut decorated to look like Frankenstein's monster and filled with a thick, decadent chocolate cream. And the Boo Sprinkle Donut for $2.95, surprisingly our favorite of the specialty. It's a deep, dark chocolate cake donut at its base, coated with chocolate frosting and enough sprinkles to pave a road. Universal Orlando Resort has settled a wrongful death lawsuit regarding the suicide of a 27-year-old man who fell from Universal's Aventura Hotel in 2019, the Orlando Sentinel reports. On August 12, 2019, at about 12:30 a.m., Matthew Bana fell to his death after climbing an 8-foot wall at Bar 17 Bistro on the 17th floor of Aventura Hotel. Bana's father, Alfred Bana, has sued several companies, including Lowe's Corporation and Universal Orlando Resort. He sought damages in excess of $30,000, alleging the bars didn't have sufficient barriers and that employees served Matthew Bana too many drinks, impairing his judgment. Lowe's and Universal denied these allegations in court. The parties reached a confidential agreement during mediation on August 3rd, and the case was then dismissed on September 6th. Matthew Bana was nicknamed Waffles and loved music, so his parents created the Waffles Foundation in his honor. The nonprofit donates musical instruments to children in need. Of course, if you or someone you know is struggling, call or text the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988 or chat with a trained counselor through the Lifeline website. In an emergency, of course, call 911 or visit the nearest hospital. The holiday season is almost upon us once more, and Universal Studios Japan is ready to get back into a good chunk of the holiday festivities to celebrate No Limit Christmas at the park from November 11th through January 9th. Since 2011, Universal Japan has continually held the Guinness World Record for the most lights on an artificial Christmas tree, last certified in 2019. For the first time in 3 years, the park is reviving the iconic No Limit crystal tree. The tree has been updated once again to create an even more dazzling and bright experience. Every 10 minutes after sunset through park close, the area around the No Limit Crystal Tree in Gramercy Park in New York will come alive like never before with projections all around and a special light show from the tree. The spectacle of lights, as it's called, will bring to life a red-hot Christmas this season for all guests at the park. Meanwhile, for the first time ever, Super Nintendo World will see special holiday decor throughout the land. In Superstar Plaza at the land's entrance, Mario and Luigi-themed snowmen will be in place, along with a special Superstar Christmas tree. Additionally, wreaths and garland will decorate Peach's castle inside the land itself, along with another Christmas tree featuring props from the game. Throughout the land, special touches will be added to create a holiday wonderland only found at USJ. Meanwhile, at Mel's Stage in Hollywood, the Hello Kitty Happiness Brass Band will transform into a special holiday version featuring Hello Kitty and her band dancing with snowmen to classic holiday tunes. And as with every year, the Universal Wonderland Friends and the Minions will be out to greet guests in their special holiday costumes in their respective areas. And as a special holiday treat, the popular Universal Party Corporate Buyout Show will be transformed into a special Christmas version to be performed every day in the Peacock Theater behind Space Fantasy the Ride. This new show, called Universal Party Showtime and Taste of Christmas, will be a special dinner theater show available nearly every day. The show runs 100 minutes, is performed twice per day at noon and 5 p.m. Tickets are about 9,900 yen, that's about $68.71 US for adults, and go on sale on October 17th. The No Limit Christmas festivities again kick off on November 11th and continue through January 9th. And the good news is, ladies and gentlemen, Japan Prime Minister Fumio Kishida announced that the country will reopen to visa-free individual travelers beginning October 11th, which means you can go to USJ and Super Nintendo World without all the headaches I went through in August. Travel has been restricted for 2.5 years due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and currently Japan is only allowing package tours and requires visas for all visitors, but the time has finally arrived. Space Fantasy the Ride quietly reopened recently for the first time since August 29, 2021, bringing Solar Princess Cosmia and the Sun Fairies back to the park. For those unaware, Space Fantasy is a completely original story-based attraction not tied to an IP, virtually unheard of at Universal parks around the world. On the indoor coaster, guests go on an adventure to reignite the sun before it goes out forever, threatening the lives of the Sun Fairies and the people of the solar system. The coaster sits on a spinning base, which allows for both controlled and gravity-based spinning as it twists and turns through the approximately 3-minute ride through space. Sounds familiar. Ride at Epcot that sounds like this. The attraction is often overlaid with a special pre-show and VR goggles for the annual Cool Japan event to promote other Japanese anime properties. But since the pandemic, we've seen overlays for Doraemon, Demon Slayer, and Attack on Titan, with the vanilla attraction last playing from mid-January to the end of August 2021. Based on typical trends, Space Fantasy the Ride will remain open through the new year, shortly after which will be overlaid probably into something else for Cool Japan 2023, which is likely to take place from January through July or August of next year. If you want to experience the attraction for yourself, we do have a full video of the pre-show queue and the ride, both forwards and backwards. You can watch right here on our YouTube channel. You can support the entire team behind this show and others by joining the WDWNT Interglobe Society at patreon.com/WDWNT. Get access to exclusive content, discounted show and event tickets, and more. Special shout out to all the WIGS members watching who make this show happen every week. For more information on these stories and more, head on over to universalparksnewstoday.com. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to Universal Parks News Today on YouTube for more great content, and click the bell for notifications. Also, make sure to hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of the show. For UPNT, this is Tom Corliss saying the future is whatever you make it, so make it a good one. Now I got to get back out to Horror Nights. It's been too long.
Welcome to Deep in the Plus. Each week, join host Rob Whiteside and a panel of Disney superfans as they take a different movie or TV show from the Disney Plus catalog, tell you its history, details, give their review, and let you know if it's worth your time. Current shows, classic movies, and everything in between. Watch Deep in the Plus live Tuesday nights at 9 Eastern for new episodes, or catch Deep in the Plus anytime on YouTube at unplanneddowntime.com.